Pepe breaks into the top 100 right before a massive dump. This is around the blockchain. Thanks for joining today. We have a fantastic episode with some all-star lineup here. We're going to get right into it. Starting on the top left, you could be able to catch him in Miami soon as he's riding his meme coins to the moon. Ben Armstrong, have you bought any meme coins today?
Well, I don't know, but they'll never catch me, coppers.
Never. Yeah, can't you see? Also on today, we have Shroom, the Investing Bros. The channel is so good it should be illegal, but also follow his Twitter where he makes fun of the Eagles. Shroom, what did the Philly Eagles do to you?
A lot that I can't talk about without a lawyer present, but I really appreciate being on. It's awesome to be on. Let's have some fun.
All right. Well, I was a Cowboys fan, but we won't talk about that. Also on today, we have Aldo, also in Miami, but he's bumping the Will Smith. Or he's from Connecticut, but it looks like a myth. Aldo, how's that sun treating you down there?
Oh, man, it's nice. Beautiful weather. I love it. I've been in Florida about 8 years, never looked back.
All right. Well, I'd get out of Connecticut too. And then to round it up, we have Piano Matty B. He just had Epstein and Bill Gates on his latest thumb. If you think that flight log is innocent, I'd say you're dumb. Piano Matty B, you've been killing the thumbs. How's it going today?
Great. Just up here in Canada, trying to spread the good word on Bitcoin. Hopefully I pay my taxes in time so my government can take that money and help change the temperature of the earth back to normal. Whatever normal is, I don't know. But our dictator used to be a teacher before he was a dictator. Drama teacher, but...
Okay, yeah, I was going to say he was a drama teacher because I know I've seen the photos of his stage acting career, still, Yeah, he did some controversial roles, some would say. Well, speaking of controversy, Maddie, I'm going to just throw it back to you. We have another meme coin making face-melting gains. I know, we had talked about meme coins in the past, but we haven't talked about Pepe. I wanted to pull up the chart real quick. At the moment, it's only 38%, but at one point, we were looking at massive movements there as I try to move this window up a little bit more center there. But Pepe crushing it. 8x, 20x, 4x, depending on where you get in. And then all of a sudden, massive red candles to the downside. Was that one that you were trading? Would you recommend looking into it? I mean, what are the Pepe candles telling the TA master here?
Well, the thing is with these meme coins, DZ, is that I'm always just too late on them. I hear about them when they pump and then I get all the information. I'm like, God, I missed it again. One of these days, I'm going to get on one of these trains and to the moon, DZ. But, you can't trade these things. These are just kind of like anomalies that come up. And if you're in early, which I don't know how you get in early, but if you're in early, man, you can make some real life-changing money. However, I feel now, we're probably all too late. The best you can hope for is a little dip and maybe get in, but I wouldn't even recommend that because I kind of look at these meme coins like, so for this bull run, I'm going to say best case scenario, it's a Dexy's Midnight Runner, come on Eileen. Worst case scenario, maybe a Matthew Wilder, Break My Stride,
Come on, Eileen. All right. Well, so you don't hold a bag of Pepe at the moment?
No, I wish. I'm always too late, DZ. I'm
always too late. Well, we have someone that wasn't too late on the panel, and that's Ben Armstrong. You've been tweeting. I just pulled up the 7-day chart here for some of those, looking at some of the gains. I saw this coin on my radar pretty early. I believe it was right after the cruise. Didn't pull the trigger. I remember seeing a little bit of a movement upside. The pump's gone. No more pump for me. Traded sideways. A whole new rally to the upside. Ben, what was your Pepe experience? I see you tweeting about it. Did you get in at a good point? Did you get out at a good point? Are you still hodling some?
I bought it on the cruise. I bought it before the chart even began.
Dang it.
I bought it before the chart started. I bought it on April 17th. So I made some money and then I took my profits out and then I sent somebody was really upset that they missed the beginning of Pepe. And so I was like, you know what? I'll send you some Pepe. I'm a baller. This ain't gonna turn into anything anyways. So I sent maybe about a third of my bag to somebody. It was like $1,000. It wasn't even a lot. And now that's worth like $4,000 or it was at the peak. So good for them. But I think that at the end of the day, I sold my Pepe today. I sold it right at the top. I sold it very, very, very top. Now, why did I sell it? I sell it because I'm out? No, I sold it because no chart can go up like this forever. Oh, actually. That's what it did.
That was your pump impression?
You said a Pomp impression?
Pomp. The famous.
Oh, it is a Pomp impression. Oh no, I'm a douche. Sorry. Okay, that's my Pomp impression. So the point is here. Sorry. Yeah, the only difference between me and Pomp is my chat stays with me when I'm in a debate. They don't turn on me. But I think at the end of the day, look, I'm looking to reaccumulate. I'm looking to get it a better entry. And I'm going to try to play smart. I'm going to try to stay in for a while, and I'm going to try to make some moves and make it happen. And like I'm all in on this Pepe. I all in. I mean, I'm going to stay in it. So if it gets down, I'm looking at that chart. I'm looking kind of look to where it hit the previous all-time high and where it hit a previous dip. Like those are two spots I'm looking at to get back in. But I was like, this morning I was just sitting there. I was like, okay, let's be logical. It feels like this is going up forever. It's gone up for 2 days. There's no way it can go up at the same rate. Like I have to do the smart thing and pull profits. Like what am I teaching my audience if I don't pull profits? So I pulled profits and it was good. And I'm excited about it and look to get back in at some point. I turned basically 2 Ethereum into 2 Bitcoin. So
okay, nice, very good move. We actually have a picture of Maddie B just missing the boat. I think we have a live photo right here. I don't know if we can share my screen here. Yeah, there's a live picture of just being a little too late yet again.
He's even singing. He's even singing. Look at that voice. He's even singing.
Now
I'm definitely not photogenic.
Well, I beg to differ. Well, Shroom, well, speaking of green, we have the Eagles #1 Frenemy here. Real quick, do you hate the Eagles? People are wondering at this point. I've seen it in the chat.
No, it's the it's the American bird. They're endangered, and I would never have any kind of false feelings to one of God's creations.
Oh, okay. Nothing to do with the Philadelphia football team. Well, I want to throw some facts at you about Pepe. That 420.69, of course, trillion tokens. Just check the market cap. We're looking at right above $400 million. One trader. Now, there might be liquidity issues here, but $250 Pepe into over $1 million. We're seeing some huge gains here. Now, Shroom, just an overall, just a guesstimate here. I'm asking for your Vegas odds making, sticking with sports. What do the Vegas odds makers say Pepe can surpass Doge market cap? Are you putting this at 50% probability, 1%, 0%? Is it possible?
DZ, I'm going to put it below 50%. I'm going to put it at 38.1%. And that's just because I think that you have to give it to the Doge father, Elon Musk. He drives demand, he drives interest, and importantly, he drives curiosity into the meme coin Doge. I don't ever see really any meme coin coming anywhere near close to Dogecoin. I know that there's a lot of meme coins out there that call themselves the Doge killers, but I just don't see it happening. I think at this point, it's really a question of, will Doge ever transcend the category of meme coin and become a just regular layer one that people actually take seriously? I think that's the only chance that meme coins have at ever flipping Dogecoin. I know it's a little bit of a meta take, but I've got a big brain and a small Pepe. So Pepe coin is one of those things that you really got to think about from the macro. And what is meme coins, right? They are art. At the end of the day, they are a big middle finger. Not going to do it here on screen. Would have been a nice accent, though. They're a big middle finger to currency and the idea of currency in general. As we've moved forward in time and space, we have come up with a brand new technology for money, and that is Bitcoin, and it is amazing, right? But along with it has come the ability for anybody to make a coin, anybody to create currency. And so all those crazy people out there, some people call them artists, I call them lovers. They have been able to create art out of currency itself. And Pepe is chief among those. It is a meme that is circulated through political cycles, through the sports world. And now it's finding its home here in our cozy little hobbiton of the crypto universe. And so it's great to see Pepe leaping along our lily pads, gracing us with its presence. But I don't think it's going to be here for long unless it can associate itself with somebody like Elon Musk. There's plenty of celebrities out there who could attach itself to Pepe and take that ride up and really erect a nice, strong brand there for Pepe. And that would be fun to see, and it would be a lot of money to be made for sure. So do I buy it now? I don't. Definitely not with any significant amount of funds. I'm happy for anybody who likes to play that game. I love to observe it, don't like to participate. But then again, it may just because I'm small Pepe.
No, we would never say that. You're up there with Vitalik, T-Shroom. Okay, you're right up there with them. Evan, you're the trader. So I specifically, I wanted to wait on this one for you because I'm curious to know what your strategy is when it comes to meme coins. I know you do a lot of TA. You have a very active Discord, a lot of trading. You're putting up great levels. You're looking at Fibonacci sequences. You're looking at volume nodes and indicators and market cipher B, and you're looking at the dots. Does that equate to your meme coin strategy? Do you have a meme coin strategy? Does it use any of your due diligence when it comes to TA?
So for the meme coins, it's interesting. If you've been in the game long enough, it kind of gives me, vibes of Dogecoin when it had its first big pump up back in, what was it, April or May of 2021. Everybody was posting about it on Twitter. It did end up going a little bit higher, I think, in the next couple months or something. But, that was the top there. So obviously, it's very likely most of the move is over for Pepe. I pronounce it a little bit differently. I had a cat named Pepe when I was a kid. One of my friends had a dog named Pepe. We used to always joke about how we were going to make a meme coin called Pepe Coin for the past couple of years. Somebody beat us to it, and now we're not billionaires and they are. So kind of a funny thing there. If I show you my chart here, we're looking at kind of this area. You're getting a bearish dip. I believe this is a bearish dip bearish dip on the 4-hour. Money flow starting to get a little overheated. With all the hype on this, I would kind of guess that you probably at some point, maybe after coming back to this golden pocket around here or something, I don't even know how much of a decline is that, 30% or something. You probably would, with all the hype and stuff, and I don't even know if you can short this. I think you can. It's on exchanges now, but if you can, they will find a way to get this to come higher to scare away all the people shorting. Potentially some of these levels up here, but I don't really see it going kind of much farther than that. Just to show you quickly, the Doge chart is pretty kind of as bad as possible. You got double blood diamonds on the 2-week. I mean, I'm thinking, we got a technical target down here. It wouldn't surprise me if towards the end of the year, this comes down to like 2 cents or something. So all I can say, guys, is be careful. Be very careful, and even more careful than you were back in April of 2021. There may be a little bit of crumbs left, but I'd be surprised.
All right. Well, that double red diamond or double diamond on the 2-week looking quite bad there. Ben Armstrong, I want to go around the blockchain here, and we've talked about Doge. It kind of went from meme coin to a real coin at this point. It's in the top 10. What level does a meme coin need to hit market cap wise for you to consider a real coin? Is it top 100? Top 50? Does it really need to get into like the top 10, top 15 for you?
It needs to have a market cap of $12.
$12. All right. There's a lot of meme coins out there.
Well, first of all, you got it backwards. Dogecoin was not a meme coin that became a legitimate coin. Dogecoin was a legitimate coin way before Elon Musk ever talked about it. Actually, I would say it actually probably had more legitimacy before then, actually. And I would actually say that, a lot of people don't know there used to be some utility to Doge to where, because it was so few Satoshis, that every Satoshi it moved would trigger like hundreds of Bitcoin orders, that you could actually watch the Dogecoin chart and know when Bitcoin was going to pump because everybody was getting out of Doge and they would be getting into Bitcoin. Community's good. They had a Dogecoin. A lot of people don't know this. They had a Dogecoin conference back in, I guess, 2018 probably, or 2019. It was a lot of fun. There's the Doge right there. I hear him right now. So it was a legitimate coin before. Elon Musk gave it a different kind of utility and validation, I would say. Look, when it comes to meme coins, I believe there's two that you have to respect. One is Dogecoin. It's got OG status. One is Shiba. Obviously, I don't like anything about Shiba, but I do like people made money with it, and it's here to stay. At least in some semblance. Like, I don't know if it'll be in the top 100 by the end of the next bull run, but the way meme coins are going right now, it makes me think that it will. Pepe looks to be the third in that vein. That's why I'm looking to reaccumulate it after a dip. But I would say if you're looking for a number, I mean, once something breaks into the top 30 on CoinMarketCap, I would say not CoinGecko. It's got to be top 30 on CoinMarketCap. I would say that's when you really got to give something legitimacy. So I don't know what other coins have came close to that without piercing it. But definitely those are the three that I'm looking at. And we invested in Doge and Shiba this year as a joke, basically. We call it the crypto casino portfolio. So we'll see what happens with that. I think it's up. I don't know. I have to see how it is doing.
All right. Well, that's a good segue into our next segment. Let's talk about SHIB just a little bit. I pulled up the chart. It's not enjoying the gains that Pepe is. They're down 2.5% right now with a big old string of zeros, and they just fell it essentially added a zero today as they fell below the 1-0 mark right there. There's a lot of people, psychologically in an important level. Well, we also had one of the founders, Ringoshi Toitsu. He is now seemingly endorsing Pepe. So we're seeing a little bit of synergy between these two coins. But Pepe, has something that Shiba doesn't have, and that's what a lot of people call the greatest trade of all time. $13,000 into ETH. We've talked about it on the main channel, which then turned into $5 billion of SHIB at its peak. Now, Shroom, I remember hearing about that trade, and I'm seeing similar things with Pepe, but then the smart people, they keep saying this two-word phrase, liquidity issues, liquidity issues, liquidity issues. They say, oh, that guy he would never be able to pull out $5 billion. Just like that Pepe millionaire, $250, now worth $1 million. Oh, it wouldn't turn into $1 million. What does liquidity issues mean when you're trying to sell your meme coin at the top? You're muted, Shroom.
Yep. Yeah, my Doge, I have so many Dogecoin that they were barking in the background. So
I thought the Doge chewed the wire.
No, not this time. But yeah, so to answer your question, what is liquidity? To be honest with you, I didn't anticipate this type of a question on kind of meme day, but I'll go ahead and dive right on into it. So essentially, a lack of liquidity in any kind of market means that there's not very many either buyers or sellers. So all the buyers or sellers are either on one side or the other. So there's either like a ton of demand, but there's not a lot of people that are wanting to sell, or there's a lot of supply, but there's not a lot of people wanting to buy. And so when that happens, you get stagnation, right? And this is actually one of the whole reasons for staking. Why staking exists is to provide liquidity for markets and for exchanges, whether they be DeFi or centralized FI, CFI. So there's a lot of issue with, especially when a token or a coin or a stock or a bond starts to go parabolic, because once it gets up to the top, it's questionable how many buyers there are out there. And a stock or a coin in this case can get pretty high. But in SHIB's case, in that scenario, there would just be way more people on the sidelines kind of waiting to watch and see, not wanting to buy SHIB as it's going up, 5%, 10% in a matter of minutes. There's not that many people buying it, meaning there's not much dollars or stable coins or ETH being exchanged for SHIB in that moment. And therefore, there's not really any kind of market making. There's no buyers for the sellers. And so what happens in that case? Well, it starts to come down because there are plenty of buyers at lower prices. When they have their limit orders in, those limit orders will get filled as the price comes down. And unfortunately, if you're caught in one of those cases, especially in a coin like SHIB, more than likely you're looking at some heavy losses in those limit orders. So that is kind of the case of what happens to somebody who becomes a billionaire at the top. You can't convert those tokens into a more adopted currency, say the United States dollar, or the yen, or the peso, or anything else, ETH, Binance Coin, Cake, anything else. You can't convert it into something that people actually want in that moment. It's a rare, brief, strange phenomenon that happens. But DZ, it has been my honor to bring you this short synopsis of what can happen in the liquidity crunch.
Okay, so I go in, I got $1 million of Pepe, but the last bid is selling, maybe I'm only getting $100,000. So yeah, you end up, I think a good explanation, you shrink down the order books, lowering the price every time. So first 10% at this price, second 10%. Next thing you know, yeah, you're getting pennies on the dollar there. All right, well, speaking of pennies on the dollar, Evan, there's a lot of people trying to turn a penny into a dollar, and they want to do that with trading, and they want to trade their way to the top, and they want to do it with SHIB. Many are wondering, can SHIB hit all-time highs again? I saw that Doge chart look very scary. Is the SHIB chart looking as scary? Should I go ahead and, start opening my shorts? Not that way.
In my opinion, let's take a look at this. I could be wrong on this, but it doesn't look good to me. We have the market at the cipher kind of SR point down here at whatever this number is. I always used to get in the way of looking at these charts because it's not a real number. They don't, you know what I mean?
Yes, it's just so too many zeros. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, if it follows Bitcoin, if we do see something like 2019 or coming down, I don't see why this would hold up, too well. And if you look at, the Bitcoin chart kind of as well here on the weekly, I mean, if it's like 2019 back here, this kind of trajectory, that's your 200 weekly moving average. We got to make sure we hold that. That's important here. It's at high 25s right now. If you were to bleed down and go down to this is your 400 weekly over here, this is your 500 weekly. Kind of the worst case scenario I'm seeing right now is more towards this area into the end of the year. Assuming we go into recession, bad things happen. I'm thinking more likely you could see potentially a double bottom, kind of one last chance to get in at these lower numbers in later summer towards the end of this year. Obviously, if that happens, most likely your Bitcoin dominance would continue to rise here. And what happens when Bitcoin dominance rises? Obviously things like Shiba, things like the meme coins, the altcoins continue to bleed against Bitcoin as they've been doing for quite some time here, as Bitcoin dominance has just really came up, a lot since November. And the next big area, if we kind of break out of this, wedge, I guess we're in, is going to be around 55%, which I could see as somewhat of a potential top. Also, I mean, we're looking at, ETH Bitcoin right here, which does not look good by any means. I'm thinking kind of best case scenario is down to this area into the summer, bleeding another, let's see here, 14% against Bitcoin at least. We've already bled since 25% since October. So I don't see any reason to believe that we're not going to, that we're going to make that trend reversal turn around really quickly. This could even come lower. I don't know if it's going to come real low, but kind of worst case scenario, 0.03. If things get really ugly, we bleed a lot into the end of the year. A lot of people aren't going to like this, but this can bleed a lot against Bitcoin. So obviously, if ETH does this, what happens to Shiba? For this to happen, I think, you're going to have to kind of go into a recession, which does seem very likely. Also, the last thing I want to say here is the DXY. Let me just show you really quick on the chart again. This is important to look at just really quickly. The DXY on your weekly, or actually, double bottom pattern right there, about to print a bullish div. I'm rooting for the Dixie. I'm in America, I think this could come up quite a bit more, maybe even up to somewhere close to 130 into early to mid next year. So we do have some more time.
All right. Well, Piano Matty B, I heard you say earlier, it's too late. I always feel like I'm too late. Well, I'm looking at Evan's, analysis there, and I pulled up the all-time price chart. Looks like from the previous all-time highs, close to a 6x at these current levels. You see they had a pretty nice pump in the early part of 21, and then they had another pump with that second half of the year in October with the second Bitcoin pump. It set a new all-time high. So here, a 6x, two all-time highs. You see this, I can't help but feel that, hey, you're not too late. You can YOLO into this one if you want. What are your thoughts on SHIB and old meme coins in general? Can they be resurrected like a Lazarus pit?
Like a Lazarus pit. Well, having that liquidity problem, I think would be such an amazing problem to have. I almost fantasize about it. Sitting around and someone saying, "Hey, Piano Matty B, why the long face?" And I get to answer, "Well, I've got liquidity issues. I'm sitting on $5 billion here. I can't seem to sell it to anybody." And then they'll say, "Well, that's a good problem. I mean, it must do something and have such great value if it's worth 5 billion." Well, not really. Well, it's probably going to hold its value if it got to that value. Well, no, it could go to zero tomorrow. So I'm in a little bit of a conundrum. So again, that's probably one of the reasons why I wouldn't get into it. And plus, I have a friend who was a Shiba trader, right? And he got into it in the bull run. So it's just like throwing darts, buying, making all these 10x longs like he couldn't miss. And then once the market turned on him, literally wrecked him. Like, so he's never been the same. And that's all I think about when I think about Shiba, is that it has the capability of making you immense wealth, but it can take you down to Chinatown so fast.
All right. Well, let's pour one out for Jack Nicholson, because you went from one flu all the way back to Chinatown. So nice little synopsis there. All right. Let's talk about, well, Ben, real quick, what are your thoughts on SHIB? I mean, I know there's an original vision that was spun out from some of your videos. I mean, do you want to spill any tea on what you think about SHIB?
Well, I mean, I doxed the founder. I know who the founder is. I actually talked to him privately too recently. So I think at the end of what she said, he had nothing but good things to say. It was not a bad conversation or anything like that. So, I think that look, Shiba started very sketchy, I believe, and it started with this idea to get Vitalik in on it and get Vitalik talking about it. Kind of backfired, but it kind of didn't because it gave it a bunch of publicity. Sam Bankman-Fried was involved in the early stages. No surprise there. It started on a place called Karma DAO, and I think that you know. The long and the short of Shiba is I'm glad people made money with it. I think there's really nothing more that needs to be said than that. Like, people made money. I support that. I'm glad people got in it. We own some because of a crypto casino portfolio, and hope it moves again so we make money. But ultimately, I don't have a lot of big prospects for Shiba over this bull run. Dogecoin will probably certainly run again. I think, you know, when you look at all-time highs, it's going to be hard for Dogecoin to get a new all-time high unless it gets similar hype. Like, Elon's going to have to integrate into Twitter to get an all-time high again, I think. So definitely possible. We'll see what happens. But Shiba's not my favorite coin. And, you know, I actually got invited to be in on the very beginning of Shiba, like before Christmas. I think it launched in November. I think in November and December of 2020, I got invited to be in it. And I was like, this is stupid. No, thank you. So maybe I'm the dumb one.
Hey, you could have been the greatest trader of all time. Who knew?
Yeah, exactly. I could have been in before him.
All right. Well, I'll tell you one thing you did get me in, Ben, and that is Doge. I remember it was probably a month or two before I started working here, and it was before it breached 1 penny. I have the all-time chart here. It is quite the chart to look at. Hit that like button if you got in during one of these flat zones here. But I got in right before the run up to a penny, and then it went up to 7 cents. Took a little bit of profit, bought more, as it was sideways, and then got out, I think the Wednesday before the Elon. This is Elon 3 days, I would say, probably 3 days before he went live on SNL. It peaked maybe 2 days before SNL. But now we're seeing way back down, closer to earth after about a 90% drawdown. We were close to 70 cents, now coming in at 7.8 cents. Launched in 2013, at its peak, $80 billion market cap right now, just a $10 billion market cap. Some of the celebrities that endorsed it: Elon Musk, Snoop Dogg, Gene Simmons, Mark Cuban, and T-Shroom's favorite artist, Kevin Jonas, one of the Jonas brothers there. So a lot of people, undisputed meme coin king, many are saying it. But one of the OGs, and currently not getting any love as the Pepes and the other new kids on the block steal all of its thunder here. Now, T-Shroom, I want to ask just a broad general. I want to ask you about a technical thing. You know, no liquidity issues like me after too much dairy. I want to say, how many meme coins can the ecosystem support at a high level? Right now, it appears there's 3. Is there room for more? Is that too many? What are your predictions?
It's a good question. I mean, you could actually probably find a quantified answer with that by looking at, you know, how many artists can stay in relevance. Maybe globally, but maybe also per country. That might not be a bad way to try to answer that question academically, because after all, I do strongly believe that these meme coins are art. You know, if Dogecoin does end up getting integrated, as Ben mentioned, into Twitter, then, you know, it would take on probably a different classification at that point, because it would have some serious work to do to actually bring real value to Twitter. So what I have to come back to is that I would say I'd probably say 3 to 4, just on average. You know, if there's going to be a spike in one of the coins, you know, you might get up to 5, but I like 3 to 4 because that just kind of makes sense. I think it's easy to market. All the different marketing resources out there in the world can kind of organize around that 3 to 4 number, maybe even 2. But if you think about, you know, the top NBA stars, you know, for the average person, how many names come to mind? You know, you think of the top artists, you know, how many names come to mind? Probably not 0, but some people may need to think about it. You know, Banksy comes to mind as a modern artist. You know, so these are the kind of questions that I would ask to try to triangulate a good quantifiable answer to your question. But ultimately, you know, until we see something so different, which could come with the metaverse, until society and reality ultimately organizes around a different set of values, you know, people are still going to want their money to be transferable, and they're still going to want to believe in the coin, you know, that they own, whether it be dollars, whether it be bonds, or whether it be Bitcoin. And I think that while some people like to believe in coins like Pepe or Sheeb or Doge, you know, the average investor does not even give a second thought to those coins as serious instruments of exchange or as a serious investment. You know, the type of people who are engaging in the degenerate activity of buying and selling these like meme tokens. You know, it's just people that are looking to have fun and to appreciate art. And I've done it every once in a while. I'll buy some Doge on Robinhood, which just feels wrong, right? But I'll buy and sell some meme tokens every once in a while to make a quick buck. And I do so only at the very height of the meme becoming viral, right? Because I want to be the lemming, just like everyone else, kind of flooding into a meme coin. It's almost better to lose money in a meme coin to really get the full experience of it. You know, if you've gotten rich on meme coins and you're listening to the sound of my voice, you know, you have to really take a moment.
Yeah.
Maybe take some psilocybin. Gonna finally hit on my name there. And just kind of ask the question of, like, you know, why are you pursuing capital gains in the way that you are? What is it about you that makes you different? And that's where you may find some of the answers of why you're not able to call your mom. So I want to stop there and just trying to kind of pause and let the universe answer the rest of the question.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, if you're getting off that meme coin saddle and you're not chapped and raw, you did not ride it hard or long enough. All right, Evan, I have $100. You have $100. We're going to pull our $200 together and we're going to get rich. Okay. I can already tell it's going to be with one of these meme coins. Where do we park our $100? Is it Pepe, Sheeb, or Doge? We can't touch it for, let's say, a year.
Look, with $200 to get rich, obviously the smallest market cap.
Ooh, nice answer.
It's gonna be Pepe or really some other. I mean, there's Floki, there's other ones the cool kids talk about. You know, the list goes on. Doge, Elon, Mars. Let's get creative. Or
Evan, what is the last meme coin that you bought? Serious question. I don't. Man, let's pump it. And hopefully, it's not like a $200,000 market cap.
You know, I did. Let's see. I think I did buy Doge around 6 cents and got out of it a month or two back a little bit. But I'm not a meme coin guy, really. Yeah, I'm more of. I'm just not the biggest fan, really, of meme coins. It's just not too much of my thing. But in terms of the venture capitalist meme coin strategy, I mean, that $200. Put the majority of it in the smaller market cap, Pepe, maybe a little bit in Sheeb, a little bit in Doge, but obviously in terms of market cap, it's going to be the best thing. Or what you can also do, wait till there's a big pullback in the market and wait till the new meme coin that's being shilled all over Reddit or whatever before everybody's talking about Twitter, get into that one because there's always going to be another opportunity there. But in terms of the meme coins, I'll tell you something that's a little bit similar to meme coins that you may be able to make a good amount of money with if you buy probably around the end of the year, early next year. NFTs, especially, we know who's, I don't know if I should bring this up, but we know whose NFTs crashed quite a bit pretty recently, Donald Trump's. And I mean, if he gets that nomination, they're going to come up. And if he's got a chance, you know, potentially beating Biden in 2024, that's going to go up. Now, I wouldn't buy it right this second, but end of year, that's the closest thing to a meme coin that you might be able to turn $100 or $200 into 10, 20x. I think the market cap of that is only like, oh man, what's that market cap?
Yeah, 10 million. You might get the ETH price to 5x and ETH could double. Full disclosure, Trump had 50,000. They were 0.5 ETH. He released a second batch of 50,000 NFTs on Polygon, and it plummeted the price about 90%. So that is what Evan's speaking of. Yeah, I tend to agree. Not trying to endorse, go out yellow into the NFT, but I think there's a lot of opportunity if he does get that nomination. So nice little call there. All right, Piano Matty B. We're about to round it up. You, then Ben, and then we're going to close it out here. Piano Matty B. I'm going to take you to an imaginary land like Canada with freedom. What would Dogecoin be like if it weren't for Elon? Is it, most of its success, all of its success? Would we even care about it if it weren't for Elon and his potential Twitter and his SNL hosting?
Yeah, it's hard to say. My gut says that without Elon, it basically would have had that pump and it would have been gone. And I think it still would be around because to me, it is kind of like the meme coin OG. It has stayed the test of time, but really without Elon coming on board, I don't think it'd be anywhere. Like judging from this comment section though, I think I might start doing the Newt, Scoot, and Boogie, and they're pumping that Newt coin. and the comment section is pretty heavy here. Maybe this is the universe Shroom telling me to buy the Newt, Scoot, and Boogie. I've been waiting for the early take on a meme coin. Shroom, what is the mushrooms telling you?
I will say this: you just had a cowboy walk behind you. If that's not a sign to do a little boot scoot boogie, I don't know what is.
I'm in an abandoned insane asylum, DZ. There's nobody here.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must have been too much Shroom tea there. All right, let's wrap it up here. Ben Armstrong, final question. I want to just take you back down memory lane here. Not way back where you're squaring off against the authorities. Way back to the first time you bought Doge. How long ago was that? What was the price? What was that like? And why did you yellow into a untested meme coin at that time?
December 2017 was the first time I bought Dogecoin. I was on a hunting trip, and Ripple was XRP was ripping, and I had been killing it on XRP. Like, I bought in when it was like probably 19 cents, and I rode it all the way up to like $3 or whatever. And like, it was ripping at this point, absolutely crushing it. And I was like, had some profits, and I was like, what should I buy? And guys, like everybody knows, I've been in Bitcoin. I'm in my 11th year, my second decade of Bitcoin. But in crypto, I didn't start getting altcoins until 2017, like a lot of people did. So I was just as clueless as a lot of you guys. And a lot of things that I tell you is based on my own personal experience, right? So why did I get in Doge in 2017? Because it was the cheapest coin. It was the cheapest coin. It was what I'm just as dumb as y'all are. Okay. You buy Shiba because it's cheap, even though it makes no sense and it's market cap divided by supply, yada, yada, yada. I did the same thing. And I remember I had to go buy this wallet or had to get this wallet that I don't even remember what it is now, but Dogecoin was on there because you couldn't buy Doge hardly anywhere. And I bought it. I bought like $100 or $200 worth. And, I think that was the top of Doge the day that I bought it. So, so I didn't know what it did. I just know it had a cool little logo, and I knew somebody on crypto Twitter that had the dog, like the Inu dog or whatever kind of Inu it is. And I just thought it was cool. I got in, and I don't even know what happened. I'm probably still sitting in a wallet somewhere. It's probably because the value went down so much at that point. I think it was around 2 cents. I think when I got it, it was between 1 and 2 cents, I believe. But yeah. So, of course, it would return to those numbers. And that was the beginning of my love affair with Doge.
All right. We're zooming in on the wick. We see the wick that Ben bought. You see a very nice flat line here. Then you see one little bump, and that's where Ben bought. You know what? I'm going to buy that little bump right there. All right. Well, was it the first time you bought a little bump? Anyway. All right. Well, that's all we have time for today. And it looks like Ben ended up stealing it. Some say there's an asterisk. He might have got an extra question, but you know what? We just had to get that Ben Alpha. It's been so long. Ben, feel free. Take us away. Leave us with some parting thoughts, sir.
Look, guys, meme coins are very risky. They're casino-like. It feels like when I won a bunch of money on stake and I'm just trying to figure out when to cash out or I lost all my money. It seems very similar to that. When you make a lot of money with meme coins, you got to get out before everybody else gets out. But there's one rule of meme coins that you must obey at all times, and it's never pronounce it meme coins. Thank you.
Yeah. Everyone knows it's May-Mays. All right, that's all we got. Until next time, DZ out. Hit that like button and check out everyone's channel. Links in the description.